Manchester United 2, Man City 1. Manchester is red. We win the derby. How are you feeling after that?
Bruv, it's like, I don't know. I'm gassed. I'm excited. It's one of them ones. During the week, I was confident. Like, yeah, we could do this. We could do this. I felt good. But when that team sheet came out at 11:30 and I saw the City squad, I thought, Pep's not messing about. He's put out his strongest squad, and that was his strongest squad. They've got no complaints. They didn't have any injuries. So I thought, not too sure. Especially when you're seeing Luke Shaw at centre-back, no Martinez. You know, I was like, okay, what's going on here? But my gosh, like, it's the team spirit that we got. And this is the thing. Throughout the bad times that we've had with Man United, I've always said we're Manchester United. We just got that something about us that can dig us out of situations. And today we needed to show people who we are, and we've done it in style. We went 1-0 down to win 2-1. Mate, gassed.
Is that the thing that stands out to you then, personality? You know, in the past, we go 1-0 down, capitulate. Against City earlier on the season, go 1-0 down, capitulate. We spoke before the game about the lessons and how far we've come since then. Is this just another example of how far we've come?
We've come on heaps and bounds in such a short amount of time. Because remember, obviously, we had the World Cup. So that was from like November through to December, a good month of no Premier League action. So really and truly, under Ten Hag, from him bringing in the signings of Casemiro and whatnot, probably played about 10, 12 games. And I mean, we've literally done a 180. And I think it's safe to say that because 6-3, losing to them winning 2-1 from coming from behind. And everyone's just on job. Like, he brought Fred in today. Fred knew exactly what he needed to do. And that's just keep De Bruyne quiet. And he'd done it for most of the game. You know, every player knew what their job was. Malacia. Listen, I'm sure when Mahrez checks his foot bottom, he's probably got scrapes on his heel because Malacia was just on him. He had no room to kind of do anything. So every player was on job. Every player.
Every player was on job, and the manager was on job as well, right? Again, we were sort of saying as the game went on, when's he going to make these changes? Has he got it right? As he keeps doing this season, he got it spot on with everything.
He got it spot on. You know, again, we're sitting there thinking, ooh, half-time, Rashford's injured, he's going to come off, so on and so forth. And then I was crying out for Eriksen to come off, and I was like, oh, you're going to put McTominay on. But no, you brought on Garnacho, took off Eriksen, so that's an attacking move. And, I mean, it played off because Garnacho got the assist. And, yeah, Ten Hag, man, do you know what? We were saying earlier as well, he's just a football man. He don't care for the politics or for the rivalry between this. He's just there to do football and to talk football, to breathe football, to eat football, everything football. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's on, and that's why you can see such progress in United.
Talk to me about Rashford. You've been critical at points this season, talking about Marcus, and you want a bit more, hoping to see a bit more from him. What's it today? 7 games in a row he scored at home. What's it, 9? Isn't it something like that, guys?
Something like
I mean, it's crazy numbers that he's got at the moment. Just talk to me about. I don't even have a question.
You know, it's as simple as this. You know what? That last goal, well, the last goal of the game, the first goal we scored this game, epitomises what I want to see from him. Like, he's a striker. Yeah, when you're on the wing, do your wingy business, you know, dribbling, blum, 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 whatever. But when you're put down the middle, because it happens often, because Martial might come off, and he's the vocal point, I want you to be in that number 9 position. I want you to be a striker where you can get the tap-ins. Because other strikers are doing it, they're getting easy goals. And a lot of the time, that space is vacant. So when we've got Anthony or Garnacho or whoever putting the ball in the box, no one's there. Rashford was there on the shoulder of Akanji, tapping, boom, 2-1. So credit for him for being in that position. And yeah, just his overall play. Yeah, today he seemed injured and he wasn't really with it. He had a heavy touch when he got through. But mindset, he was there to the end and he scored in the last few minutes. And that's what separates the average players from the best, the ones that could go to the end, don't give up.
And Wan-Bissaka as well, played today right back.
Ooh-la.
The difference between him pre and post Christmas or pre and post World Cup has been phenomenal. I talk about his performance today as well, absolutely standout.
Do you know what? I've always been a Wan-Bissaka fan to the point where I remember being here for one game and Flex was here and yourself. And you, man, cussing because I was like, oh, why didn't we try Wan-Bissaka at centre-back? And that's simply because I see his defensive abilities and I think he's one of the best defenders. But now he's playing fullback, and obviously you've got to get up to scratch with what's going on. And these fullbacks are going forward, and they're very good going forward. And Wan-Bissaka's always lacked in that area. But today, and of the recent games that he's played, going forward, he's been looking nice. And today, he had good feet, and he essentially started the move for the first goal. Like, Wan-Bissaka's looking good. And I mean, Dallow's going to have to work hard to replace him, really and truly.
Yeah, and the back four just in general was looking good. Again, we played 3 fullbacks in the back four today, and still, even that goal, you wouldn't say it wasn't bad defending from the back four. It might have been actually tracking runners that cost us in that one. But again, defensively, the difference between us is night and day.
I mean, do you know what? It's, again, a lot of it comes down to mindset and just togetherness. And I read something, it was in the Sun, it might be false, but it was like, De Gea, Casemiro and Bruno, they're always getting early to have breakfast together. And just building these bonds amongst the team. And you can see that there's lots of bonds within the team because, look, we didn't have Martinez. Some could argue our best centre-back. I mean, he's just won a World Cup. He wasn't even in the starting lineup. You got Luke Shaw at centre-back. And it was seamless. We were saying, I said it at 8 minutes, and everyone was like, yo, calm down. Where was Haaland? Do you know what I mean? That's because Luke Shaw just solid. Varane, I could count probably 6-7 times he cleared the ball. You know, so the defence are just looking good. There's a unit there, and there's obviously a strategy on how to play.
I guess finally, before we wrap things up, are we in a title race? Talk to me. Are we in a title race? Are you one game at a time kind of situation, or are we? Can we? Should we be looking up towards the top of the table?
I think it is possible. 100%, man. Come on. Like, I think if anyone's going to say Man City are in a title race, then Man United are. The next 2 games will be very decisive. We've got Palace, then Arsenal. If we can nick points of Arsenal, then it closes the gap. But with the momentum we've got going, why not? Why not? And the thing is, we are the underdogs, so there's no pressure on us. So if Man United keep their heads down, keep doing what they're doing, it could be very tight towards the end. But I think one thing that's going to be important, I believe Arsenal have 26 goal difference. Man City got 28, Man United got 8. So we're off them by at least 20 positive, you know, goals-wise. So we need to ramp that up and start killing teams off, you know, taking our chances. Because it could come down to a few points or a point. But we're definitely in the title race, and that's exciting.
But if we keep winning games like this, right, we've got reason to believe now. Is it delusion, or do we have reason to believe?
No, it's not delusion. I was going to make a joke, but let me behave.
Do it.
Nah, it's not delusion. Look, we've got as much chance as Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So it's as simple as that. We're in there, and we just got to keep fighting. And I think it was Mina said that in February we've got quite a nice, easy run. You know, so by March, who knows where we could be? By the end of this month, we could be level top with Arsenal. Like, it can really change like that.
By the end of this weekend, again, depending on how results go, I mean, Arsenal still have to play Man City twice as well. The only thing we can do right is keep winning our games. So you look at the people we've beaten at Old Trafford this season: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and others. Wow. Who's to say we can't? Who's to say we can't compete? We're competing already, are we not?
We most definitely are competing. I think teams realise and recognise what Ten Hag's actually done. And it's fair. Even this week, I know Pep was saying some silly little things in commentary, because I think deep down, top managers, they know, oh, Ten Hag's onto something. Man United are onto something. So, come on, bring it.
Bring it on, there you go. United win the derby.
Mindset things.